everyone, this is Fixer, and I got a new series today with GeoGuessr. For those that don't know, GeoGuessr is a free browser game that you can play at geoguesser.com. It's a geography game that sets you in a random spot on Google Street View, and you have to guess where you are. Points are given based on how close you are to the correct spot. I think the cap is like at 6,000 points if you're within a few kilometers. And I think within a couple hundred kilometers it goes down to about 2,000 points. This series will focus on the entire world. As you can see right here, we have different options. Netherlands, Australia, Sweden, famous places, just the United States. If you're not comfortable going around the world, you just want to play in the United States, you can do that. And even New York City. You can just limit yourself to New York City. But this series here, it's going to focus on the world. We're going to have a couple rules, keeping it real simple. There's a 2-minute timer, and there's 5 maps. So each map will be 2 minutes long. And we're going to play around with that a little bit, maybe shorten it to 1 minute, I'm not sure. There's no outside assistance, you can't look anything up, you can't use Google or anything like that, everything's got to come from your brain. This will be done with other people. This is going to be a group collab, but we're going to be competing against each other. And each episode will have a link that you can click on. It'll take you to the site and you'll see those very same maps that we do. And you can actually play along with us as well. So what helps when playing this game? Let's just start with some general knowledge. Of course, this is a geography game, so knowing your geography does help quite a bit. And I know a little bit about geography. I was born and raised in Detroit, and I've been just about everywhere in Michigan. I've been to a few states, but I'm not really well-traveled, I would say. I've been to Canada, but just like Ontario, and I haven't been to any other country. I've seen San Francisco, Philly, Memphis, Cincinnati, Orlando, Tampa, Dallas, Houston, Louisville, Las Vegas. So I've been to a few cities here and there. I did well in geography in school. I know where the countries are. I understand how maps work. So I'm not an expert by any stretch of the imagination, but I do know a little bit. Languages can also help in this game. I can only speak English. I never took a foreign language in school or anything like that. Although I can recognize Spanish, and I can recognize Cyrillic script, and I can even tell the difference between Korean, Japanese, and Mandarin, but I can't read any of it. But I can usually tell the difference. Anyways, another thing that helps is knowing how Google Maps Street View works, where they've been, the accessibility, and how they take the images. Now, Google has many ways of gathering these images, and the way that everybody knows is the streetcar, the little white car like this, with a camera on top and it drives around. That's what everybody has seen. But did you know that they also had a trekker for places on foot? And like mountains and paths? They got this trolley that they can roll around museums, so you can actually tour inside museums. They have this crazy snowmobile that will get you to different places, and I think they use this a lot in Finland and Sweden and Norway. They got those places pretty well mapped. So that's pretty nifty. And they got this trike that is used for places not really accessible by a car. Places like Mackinac Island, or like those tight alleyways between buildings like in Europe. Cars can't go down. That's where they use this trike. So those are the different ways that they gather these images. Now, as far as coverage, where they've gone and where they've been, it'd probably be easier to say where they haven't been. They haven't been to most of Africa. As you can see here, just in like the southern part of Africa, with South Africa and Botswana and whatnot. Parts of South America haven't been mapped yet. Some of it has. And a good deal of Asia has not been mapped. Of course, you're not going to be plopped down in the middle of North Korea. They just haven't got access to North Korea. So anyways, that's where they've been. Now, there are other things while you're passing through Street View when you're looking at the images. There's some key things you can look for that will help you figure out where you're at. And signs, obviously, is the easiest. Signs can tell you whether it is kilometers or miles, and that can point you in the right direction. Of course, they'll have road names and city names, names of landmarks and parks, all that jazz. You can see the languages on the signs. That can help you narrow down your search. And of course, advertisements will have phone numbers and web addresses. I know a lot of time you can find out where you're at by seeing the extension on a web address. So if you see like www.something.bz, or I think it's BS, then you'll know that you're in Botswana. So that can help a lot. Cars can help you a great deal too. You look at the manufacturer model and the condition of the car, and those things perhaps alone may not help, but if you have a whole bunch of cars and they're all in really poor condition, that can point you more towards a third world country rather than seeing a whole bunch of Lexuses and BMWs and whatnot. License plates on the cars, they can help out too. I know that they're blurred out, but sometimes you can see images or colors. Like if you see an all-white plate with a red squiggly at the top, that's California. If you see a big orange circle in the middle, it's either a Georgia peach or a Florida orange. So these can definitely help you get to the right place. One thing you do need to realize is that a lot of states these days have lots of different license plates, so that can throw you off sometimes too. About half of the states have a license plate on the front of the car. So if you see cars with the plates on the front, it's generally going to be either Northwest or the Northeast or Texas. The rest of the states pretty much have just the plates on the rear. That can help you out too. Generally, cultural clues, architecture, buildings designs, and things like that, they can usually tell you what continent you're on, and even in some cases the country. Beyond that, you can look at vegetation. Vegetation cues can always be helpful, especially if there aren't any signs around. You can look at the trees, what kind of trees they are, if they're coniferous trees or birch trees or whatever. They can generally help you in the right direction. Same thing with grass and dirt. When you see a dark red dirt, it's usually Africa or Australia. Things like that. These things can definitely narrow down your search. So I want to do a real quick game. Just me. And that way you get to see how things work, and then later on you'll see a group upload. This is the new version of the site. The time challenges are only available in the retro version. I think I had a link prepared here. This URL here, this will be given out every episode so you can join in. You hit enter. Time limit challenge accepted. You click and there you are. So where are we at here? I don't know if you can see right here, but it says 2014 Google. It tells you when the images were taken. You got the timer over on the left here. Starts at 2 minutes. You can zoom in and out right there. And of course you got the map that you can move around. It tells you what your points are, etc. Sometimes if this was taken by a trekker or a photographer, you'll see their name at the bottom right corner here. Now, this is a pretty tough one. We're on a dirt road, and the images are pretty awful. Generally, you don't expect the United States with images this bad, but they are out there, that's for sure. Ooh. So this house is on cinder blocks there. That's pretty nice. Alright, we got a main road here. 2-lane paved. Let's check out these telephone poles. Alright, now that looks American. Let's go down the street a little bit. Can we see that sign? That sign was a little too blurry. Alright, so we got the dotted line on the right here. Let's see if it closes to a double solid line. A little farm with an RV. I'm still no passing zone. Okay, so this is America. But where in America, I have no idea. My time is running out. This is pretty flat, so I'm gonna make a quick guess in Kansas. But I'm gonna see if I can get any information from this church. Yeah, I got nothing. Alright, time's up. Where are we at? Ooh, the Upper Peninsula, right there. So this tells me where I guessed down here, B. And A is where we're actually at. A little over 1,100 kilometers from the correct spot, totaling 2,138 points. That's decent. Let's check out the next one. Alright. We're on a bridge. Or a dock? A bridge. Okay. So we're on a bridge. Car looks like it's driving on the right. So that's also pointing to America. Alright, we got some coniferous trees there, so we're looking at Northern America. Where was that gas sign? Yukon Motel. So are we talking about Alaska? Let's make a preliminary guess right there. Going based on Yukon. That could completely be throwing me off, of course. Maybe this is Canada? I don't know. It's not like there's a lot of places you can drive around in the Yukon, you know? Okay. What do we got going over here? It's a little too blurry. Alright, hey, look at that, Alaska. So, there's got to be a tiny town somewhere over here. There's Anchorage. This road leads to the Yukon here. I'm gonna go with right there. Let's see what we got. It is in Canada. Alright, so I guessed B. It's over here at A. There we are. 631 kilometers away for 2348 points. Not too bad. Let's hop on over here. Alright, so we're driving on the left side of the road. Not America. Yeah, it looks like we got some kind of dam there. Alright. This is way too green to be Australia or South Africa. I would not expect that. And we got some pretty large hills over here. Let's see if I can get something off this sign. One more. Olifants. I guess that's the name of the river. I don't know. That's a scion. That looks like, I don't know, a Taurus maybe? Alright, there's some more signs up ahead. Let's see what we got here. Cultural Heartland. Mfumalanga Tourism. Oh boy. So maybe it is Africa. Maybe we're looking more at like Zimbabwe. These guys are all English. South Africa speaks a lot of English. We'll go there for now. I'm not very comfortable with it though. I'm not sure I'll have much of a choice. Time's running out. Cat. Alright, survey says. It is South Africa. Alright, so I guessed over here at B. It is located here at A in Groblersdal. I'm 187 kilometers off for 2,800 points. That's pretty good. Let's move on to the next one. Be quick. Alright. Lindisnas. Don't know what that is. But, doesn't sound very English. Oh, look what's going on over there. Fire truck. Got more houses. Oh, I can't go that way. 20T. Alright, so we're not in America. Here we go. Finkersleden, Safsnus, Rutan, Narzen. Alright, so I'm thinking Scandinavia. It's a fish, camping, parking. So thinking Scandinavia. Let's plop right down here in Sweden. Oh, can I not go anywhere else? I guess not. Well, hell. Let's go down this way. Check out what the guys in the fire truck are doing. Sup, yo? How's it going? Okay. There's a sign over here. No, there's not. Let's go this way. Nothing at all. Here, there's stuff up here. Go! Time's running out. Oh, did I get turned around? What is this? Hair garden. Yeah, I'm sticking with maybe go down to Denmark. No, I was right. It was Sweden. So guess Denmark. I originally guessed here Gothenburg, and there we are. 517 kilometers away for 2,400 points. Alright, this is round 5. This is the last round. Alright, so looking at the people here. We're looking at Asian. And I can't move around. I'm just stuck right here. He's wearing Chicago Bulls. Okay. Alright, this looks Korean. Usually when you get these circles like this, that's Korean. So this has got to be South Korea. And is this a river? It is a river. So we need a decent sized river coming in South Korea. And let's go right there for now. What does that say? It says no trespassing. Alright then. Wow, look at all these people. There's gotta be some kind of national park, eh? Here we go, I like that. Let's make a guess. Oh, okay, so I guessed up here by Seoul. The actual answer is down on this island of, I guess, is it Jeju? I don't know. But I'm 426 kilometers away for 2,500 points. Grand total, 12,233 points. And it shows all your guesses here. This was a pretty good game. Not going to complain. I like it. But anyways, I'm glad you got to see what GeoGuessr is all about. Expect an episode later today, the first episode with a group of guys and competing for the best score. And I hope you guys like this. Please play along next time, and we'll see you soon. Bye-bye.